going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. It's time for Team of the Week predictions for week number 9 in the NFL. Remember, Team of the Week content will be hitting MUT tomorrow, about 2:30, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's kind of been up in the air this year on when they drop the content, so we'll have to wait to see TBA. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, do me a favor, go ahead and click that thumbs up. It shows a lot of support on the videos. I appreciate you guys that do it each and every video. You are the real MVPs. And if you enjoy this and you want to see more MUT 22 content, don't forget to click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. So if there are any players that I forget or people that you think should get a Team of the Week for week number 9, feel free to leave it down below in the comment section. And also tomorrow we will update our power rankings on the whiteboard. A lot of upsets yesterday, a lot of changes in that top 5 more than likely. So we'll see who comes out on top, who is the new number 1. With the Packers losing, we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's get into it. First one, we're going to start, of course, with quarterbacks here, and we're going to go with Matt Ryan. So Matt Ryan had 343 passing yards in the win, or on the win yesterday. In the win, I guess probably what I should have said, against the Saints. One of many upsets that happened yesterday. He also had 2 passing touchdowns. So we're going to go with Matt Ryan for tomorrow's quarterback card. Now, Justin Herbert absolutely shredded my Eagles like every other quarterback that's faced them. That's pretty good. So maybe he gets a +1 to his LTD. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's worth throwing out there. So Matt Ryan for quarterback, Herbert with the potential +1. At halfback, we had a lot of solid performances at halfback, but there was one of two things. Either they already have an upgrade, and I don't think they're going to get another one so soon, or they just didn't have a touchdown. So Jonathan Taylor had a monster game Thursday night, but he already has a pretty solid card. Nick Chubb also had a pretty good game this week, but he already has an LTD. So maybe either of those guys could be +1 candidates. If not, I think James Conner is your best option. He only had 96 yards, so he didn't break that 100-yard mark, and that's usually what we're looking for Player of the Week or Team of the Week cards, but he did have 2 touchdowns, so we're going to go with James Conner for halfback. Moving on to wide receiver, another one here that a lot of guys compiled yards, but there weren't a ton of touchdowns scored. And the one guy who did have yards plus touchdowns was Devonta Smith. He had a fantastic game, probably his best game as a rookie for the Eagles with 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Unfortunately with the L though, so that's not going to stop him from getting a Team of the Week card, and I think he should based off of that performance. All bias aside, I just don't know what overall card it would be, being that he pretty much already has like an 88 overall, I think is his rookie card, his rookie master card that he got in the beginning of the year. So really the only option for him is Player of the Week, and I don't know if they're going to give him a Player of the Week card when he got a loss. Also, he could be in the the running for a Rising Star card coming up. So we'll have to see, but Devonta Smith deserved it. George Kittle is the other option, though he already has that Seasons card, which is a 91 overall, so maybe George Kittle gets a +1. The rest of the wide receivers, compiled yards, but no touchdowns there. Let's move on to defense. A lot of good options at defense, but also a lot of guys who recently got upgrades. So it's going to be a little bit tough, but I think if there is one card that is an absolute lock on defense, it has to be Jeffrey Simmons for the Titans. Big shocker last night. No Derrick Henry, and the Titans go to, I almost said St. Louis. They go to LA and beat the Rams. I was surprised at that result. Jeffrey Simmons in that game had 3 sacks. He's a core elite without an upgrade so far this year, so I could definitely see him getting one of the cards, if not Player of the Week. The other guy is who had 3 sacks yesterday is Marcus Golden, but you see here that he did actually get a Team of the Week card not too long ago. I think it was week number 5, so I don't think he's going to get a card, but I think for somebody who gets 3 sacks in one game, we got to give him a shout out. So Marcus Golden with a possibility. The other one here is Josh Allen, and I don't know if you guys heard this stat, right? He already got a Most Feared card, so I don't think he's going to get a Team of the Week. Maybe he goes +1, but this is one of the craziest stats I've ever heard. Josh Allen for the Jaguars yesterday had 1 sack, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery, but that's not the crazy part. He did all of these things against Josh Allen himself, but not really. Josh Allen for the Bills. He sacked Josh Allen. He caught an interception off of a Josh Allen pass, and he recovered a fumble. He didn't force it, but he recovered a fumble from a Josh Allen fumble. That's just kind of crazy. One of those quirky things, stats that we see in the NFL. So being that he just got a most feared card, I don't know if he's going to get an upgrade, but we had to give that one some attention. And then finally, I feel like this is probably a lock as well, at least it should be, is Xavier Mckinney, the Giants. I think he's a cornerback, right? Yes, Giants cornerback. 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown, so 1 pick six. 2 picks. Another surprising win there as the Giants beat the Raiders. Just totally did not expect that one. So those are your current day players for Team of the Week candidates. Now let's move on to our Team of the Week, week number 9 champions for offense and defense. We're just going to scroll through a bunch of different names here. We looked back in the record book and found some potential cards, some interesting possibilities here. The first one is in 2005. Now, I don't know if they'll do this because we see last week, week number 8, Reggie Wayne got the card. But in 2005, week number 9, Marvin Harrison, Syracuse legend, 128 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And by the way, the champions for week 9, these are former players who are not in the NFL, who had good week 9s at some point in their career previous to 2021 season. So Marvin Harrison in 2006, this is a pretty impressive game for Jason Taylor, who's a defensive end. He's been in MUT before. He had 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. Filled up the stat sheet there. That seems like a card or a performance that deserves a Team of the Week card. In 2007, I'm going to keep my hopes up. It's not going to happen, but Eagles fans, we're going to try for it. Terrell Owens, 174 receiving yards and 1 touchdown in a 2007 game with the Eagles. Also, I mean, this card should be a lock for Team of the Week. I don't really care for it if it happens, but listen to this stat line. This is James Harrison in 2007 for the Steelers, had 1 interception, 3.5 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. I mean, that is just an insane game. That's like an all-time great game right there. So both of those performances in 2007. Skipping up to 2010, a Madden cover athlete, former cover athlete, Peyton Hillis with 188 rushing yards in 1 game, and he also had 2 touchdowns. In that same year, same week, Clay Matthews had 1 interception, 1 touchdown, and 1 sack, all in 1 game. Pretty impressive performance there. In 2012, another running back, Doug Martin. He used to be a fantasy monster back in the day. He had 251 yards and 4 touchdowns in 1 game, 2012. And then finally, another Eagles hopeful. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm going to keep my hopes up and get all of you Eagle fans watching this video to have your hopes up as well. In 2014, Jeremy Maclin, 158 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. He's one of my favorite all-time Eagles. Now, as far as Player of the Week goes, remember, that's a current day player who had a current good performance in this current season of 2021 during week 9. Player of the Week, I said earlier, I think it has to be Jeffrey Simmons. It just makes the most sense there, considering he already has a power-up, he has a core elite. The rest of these guys, you know, maybe Matt Ryan, but we'll see. I think it's going to be Jeffrey Simmons. And then finally, our LTDs. Now remember, LTDs are current day players who are in the league or signed to a team that had a good week 9 performance in a prior year. And I'm going to go way back for this one. Normally with the LTDs, they're like, you know, a couple years ago. We're going to go all the way back to 2007. And guess what? Adrian Peterson, currently a Tennessee Titan, didn't play that great yesterday. But listen to this game. This is a monster game. In 2007, 296 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. AP was that dude back in the day. If you youngins didn't get to see him play in his prime, I mean, he was just literally unstoppable. So 2007, LTD, Adrian Peterson, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. The other one, and this won't be a popular choice from a skill set in Madden, but Nick Foles. In 2013, Eagles legend, Super Bowl champion Nick Foles, 7 touchdowns in 1 game, 406 passing yards against the Raiders. I remember that game like it was yesterday. What a performance. 7 TD game. How can you not get a card? And that would be the LTD. He's still in the league. He doesn't play at all, but he's still in the league, signed to a roster. So hopefully we see that card or the AP. You guys leave your guesses down below in the comment section. Again, if you enjoyed the video, click that thumbs up. Thank you so much for all the support. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.